Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kemi, and I'm here to talk about Next Gen NYC. Okay, so in this episode, we get to see Ariana and Riley meeting up and getting reacquainted with each other because, again, they used to be friends back in the day when they were like 10 years old, when Kim and Candy were friends. They used to call each other best friends. And then, of course, when Kim and Candy stopped talking, they stopped talking because they were young. Ain't nobody was bringing them together. So they're getting reacquainted because Ariana just moved to New York, and Riley has been living there because she went to NYU. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, she lives in New York too. So they get to get reacquainted, and Ariana wants to meet some people, like make new friends because she's new to the city. So Riley is gonna have like a little meet and greet type situation thingy in Brooklyn because that's where she lives. So she hits up Brooks, and she just basically hits up all the everybody in the crew or whatever. We also see Hudson and Ariana. They're looking for fabrics because they're gonna create their own clothing line, which is something that they're both like excited about, or what they've been wanting to do since they were like young, since they first met. So they're again shopping for fabrics and materials, and just to like see different type of fabrics to what they want to make, what materials they want to use for the clothing that they're going to make. They also talk about how they're going to split the company because Ariana, her family is going through this whole, well, her parents are going through this whole divorce. And so she's like afraid to like start something with someone. And then if it were to end, they would have to split it. And she doesn't want to fight or anything like that. And he's just like, I'm not tripping about that. If you want, you can take 51 and I'll take 49. And if we end, you can have it. I'm not gonna fight you for it. Like, we're good. And it's just like he's saying all of that because he's just like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna still have that Zaxby money. Like, you can have a clothing company, you can have 51% of the company. I'll take 49%. I'm gonna still be good either way it goes. And I was just like, I know that's right. You better let it be known. I'm not gonna steal nothing from you. If you want it, you got it. I'm gonna be good and either way it goes. We see Amira and her boyfriend. They go on a little golf date, and she's excited, or she's nervous about introducing her boyfriend to her family because she's about to go to Dallas with him. So he's going to go meet her family. We also see Ava and Dame Dash. They go out to eat and they talk about her growing up, and how her parents divorced. She didn't have a real good relationship with her dad at first, and now they're getting back on track, and what she wants to do and how she's making money, and him wanting her to come into his business. So we see that. We also see Gia and Teresa and Brooks and Meredith. They meet up to go out to eat because they're all, friends from the Housewives universe. So they're all, they go out to eat, and they're talking about the whole Charlie and Chloe of it all, and how Brooks doesn't like how Charlie keeps making these little snide comments about Chloe. And he had told Meredith earlier about the text exchange or whatever, and she was irritated about it. And then they talked about how Charlie was calling Gia his mouthpiece. They were talking about that. Then they started talking about Georgia, the one who don't wash her hands. They started talking about her, and they were talking about how she don't wash her hands, and just how dirty and nasty she is. And Teresa was just like, her blood was boiling as they were talking about it, because she was just like, that is so nasty, like, ugh. So we see, who else did we see next? Oh, we see Charlie and his roommate. I think his name is Dylan, and then we also see Shia, and I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but we see them. Um, Dylan, we get his backstory, how he grew up. He didn't grow up with money. He's not used to how Charlie is living, because Charlie is just like a it's like a pigsty living with him, because he don't clean up. He be like, oh, the maids are coming. He don't really do much. And Dylan isn't, he's not like that. So it's just like he's trying to get used to that. And he talked about how he used to wrestle and he got a scholarship to wrestle, but then he got hurt, so he couldn't wrestle no more. And now he makes his money from OnlyFans. We see Shia, and we didn't really get a backstory on him, but we do see them. I think we see them talking about Georgia and the whole Riley situation, and they were on Georgia's side. I think I'm not even gonna lie to you. I tuned like that out because I'm not here for the dirty girl. I am not here for her. We see Charlie with his dad, and his dad don't like him. He looked like he don't like him. Like, child. So we get to the meet and greet or whatever, the little event that Riley is throwing. So we get to that, and we see Riley. She's there with her friend, and Shia, Dylan, and Charlie are there. And so they're just waiting on everybody else. And then we see Brooks in his confessional. Him and Riley were in the confessional together, and they were talking about when Brooks had told Charlie that Ariana and Gia were coming on. He got upset because he was just like, "Ugh, more housewives kids." And it was just like, this show wouldn't be a show if it wasn't for the housewives kids, Charlie. Don't nobody know who you are. Don't nobody want to see you. Don't nobody want to get to know you. So, bruh, relax. You doing too much. Um, so we're back at the event, and I think Dylan asked who was all coming, and then Riley was just like, "Oh, Ariana's coming. I mean, Amara isn't coming because she's not in town, and Ava and Amira aren't in town, so they're not coming. And Gia, she ain't want to leave Jersey, so I think that's why she didn't come." So she was just like, "Oh yeah, my friend Ariana," and they were just like, "Oh, which one's Ariana?" And it was just like, she was on the Housewives with me. And Charlie was just like, "Oh yeah, we know all about her," like making snide comments about her. And this is just like he's one of those people where, because he has money, he acts like people who don't have money are beneath him. And again, at the time that all of this was filming, this is when Kim and Croy was in the news going back and forth about how they broke and they this and they that. So he's like, again, making those snide comments about her or whatever. And it's just like, take your snobby, snooty behind somewhere else, because we are not here for that. So we see Ariana, Brooks, and Hudson. They're in the car and they're on their way. So they get there, and Ariana comes and she's just like, "Hi, everyone," and she's introducing herself to everyone. And she's just like, "It's so nice to meet you guys. I've heard nothing but good things." And then here come Charlie. "Oh yeah, we've heard some stuff about you and your family." And it's just like, you couldn't just say hi. You couldn't just be like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you." Like, no, you just had to be a little. So they're sitting on the other side. Ariana and Hudson are sitting on the other side, and Charlie and Dylan are over there, and they're like laughing and stuff like that. And Hudson, you can see him, he's sitting back and he getting pissed, but he not saying nothing. He just chilling. He just like, you can see it on his face. He upset. So Georgia comes, and she says hi to everybody. And then when she gets to Riley, she was just like, "Can I have a hug?" And Riley was just like, "Oh, I thought we were doing air hugs." I know that's right, Riley. Stay on her neck, because she nasty. She dirty. She don't wash her hands. Ugh. So she's just like, I washed my hands and I took a shower. Can I get a hug?" So Riley was just like, "Okay." So that she gives her a hug or whatever, and then she goes in, introduces herself to Riley's friend. So they're sitting down talking, and Ariana is just like, she's talking to her chilling with her, getting to know her, and she goes in the confessional, and she's just like, Georgia's so cool. She's just so like relaxed. She doesn't care. She just like nothing phases her, and she's just like, I like her energy. And I was just like, I still don't like her. She's still dirty. So then they start talking about the whole washing hands thing, and what's it called? Ariana was just like, she was just like, I wash my hands, not all the time, but I do wash my hands and I take showers. And she was just like, oh, because I thought you just didn't like nothing. And she was just like, no, like, oh my God, like, why would you say that, Riley? And Riley was just like, I didn't say that. And then we see in the confessionals that it was Brooks who actually told Ariana about the whole thing and her not washing her hands. And then I guess when they were when Ariana and Riley were meeting up together, Ariana had brought it up and Riley explained it to her. And so Ariana was just like, no, she's not the one who told me. She didn't say anything. And then here go Georgia. She was just like, yeah, I was just, I was scared. You were scary when you told me, like when we were talking about that. I was like scared. And Riley's friend was just like, that's not what you say to a black girl. That's not what you say to a black woman. And Riley was just like, so she asked Brooke, she was just like, was I scary? And Brooks was just like, scary? What do you mean? And I was just like, I'm glad that Riley and her friend clocked that, because she was trying to put on her white woman tears and she was being like, she was throwing that microaggression at Riley. And I'm not here for that. Girl, this is your second. This is the second time that you done pissed me off. You got one more time. One more time. So they ask her about when she goes to the restroom, do she wipe it down or do she put the toilet cover on? And she was just like, no, I just sit. And they were just like, are you okay? Like, girl, you don't even wipe it down. You don't like, and this was Ariana even saying that to her, like, girl, that is not, no, like, no, you need to put a seat cover. You need to wipe it down. You need to do something. You can't just sit on it. Like, are you okay? And she's just like, it's not that serious. And it's just like, it is very much that serious. You are not okay. Like, not okay at all. So they all decide to go to the club. So they're at the club and they're laughing and dancing and drinking and just, chilling, having a good time, doing all that other good stuff. And then here go Charlie to Brooks. You wouldn't mind if I banged your sister, would you? And Brooks is just like, oh my God, no. And then he walks over to Ariana and Riley, and he walks over to Ariana and he tells her what he said. And it's like, Brooks, why you keep going to the woman to fight your battles? Like, tell that fool, stop talking to me about my sister. Like, that's not cool. I don't like it. Stop talking to me about my sister. No, sir. Like, it's not that hard to say that. I understand you don't like confrontation, but it's not hard to tell him, when it comes to you and my sister, I don't want to be a part of none of that. No. Don't tell me nothing. I don't want to know when y'all going on dates. I don't know when y'all gonna be smashing. I don't want to know when y'all kiss. I don't want to know nothing. Leave me out of it. And at this point, you're not gonna do nothing with my sister, because I'm gonna go back and tell her all of this, and she already has the ick for you. And you keep doing all this extra stuff. No, leave me out of it. But of course, Brooks can't even open his mouth. That's not even a confrontation. Just tell him, like, Brooks, like, come on, stand up. Like, so annoying. So they leave, and they're outside, and Ariana goes up to Charlie and she was just like, I just want to let you know, like, you rude, you being a dick, and I don't know what your issue is, but you need to fix it, because you've been nothing but rude to me since I stepped in the scene. Like, come on with it. And he's like, he won't even look her in the face. He's just like looking all around and like just like being like, arguing with her or whatever. And it's just like, oh, you a punk. Like, and you disrespectful. I do not like Charlie. Charlie is on my list. Like him and Georgia. I am not here for those two. So Hudson steps up and he was just like, you've been a dick and you need to fix that. Like, I'm not the 1, 2, or the 3. Quit playing with me and mine. Quit playing. And Charlie was just like, do you want to go around the corner and we can settle this? And it's just like, Ariana said, you're an elder. We're 22. You're 28. You're supposed to act like you're grown. Be Act like you're grown. Be grown. And I was just like, for real, because if he's 28, 29, 30, why are you acting like that? Like, you act like you 16, 15. Like, something ain't right with Charlie. Like, I'm gonna need him to grow up like real fast. Just because you got money don't mean you can't get slapped. Stop it. So they that's how it ends, because they're like, I don't even know what's wrong with it. Like, I really don't like them. And then also we saw Georgia in a club with her laptop, and they asking her, why you got your laptop? And she was just like, because I lost my phone. And it was just like, girl, you lost your phone a week ago and you ain't got a new one, but you supposed to be this like event planner, party for the stars. Like, you supposed to be that girl and you can't go get a new phone. So you really walking around New York City with your laptop? Like, what is wrong with these people? Like, ugh. But yeah, so that's how the episode ended. Again, I'm not here for Charlie. I'm not here for Georgia. They getting on my nerves. If they don't come back next season, I will be okay with that. But them two, I am not here for them. We see next week that he about to get into it with Riley, and they really about to irk my nerves. Both of them. If they both about to do this whole um black and white thingy and throwing microaggressions at Riley. I'm not gonna be here for that. I'm gonna stay on their necks, and it's not gonna be pretty. But yeah, that's how we end the episode. Um, we'll be back next week to see what goes down between Charlie and Riley. I hope Riley give them the blues. I really hope she do. But if you like what you see, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.